So we live in this information age, which is incredible because we have access to all kinds of technologies and information and all kinds of media and content, and that's mostly good. However, there is a dark side, and that dark side is advice overload. There are more experts giving you more advice from more things through more channels and devices than ever before, and you can access it or it bombards you all in less time. There's just so much stuff, and when it's time to do our work, we can rely on that stuff to know exactly what to do. So I wanted to take a moment to ask, what are experts really good for anyway? What does their advice really represent when our goal is to do more exceptional work? Because I think the alternative is we just start to copy whatever the biggest guru says, whatever the trend is, the flavor of the week. We just copy, blend in, fail to stand out, or we let someone else decide what we should do in our career, in our life. We plateau at average because we're basing what we're doing on the advice or the answers of someone else. Now, as the famous saying goes, every expert started as an amateur, but I think there's something precious about being an amateur and actually operating more often like we are amateurs. And I don't mean doing work that is amateurish, I mean the mentality, the way we have to approach problems when we are an amateur, when we lack the expertise ourselves. When you're an amateur, you have all these questions. I'm trying to do this, I'm trying to go over there, I don't know how to get there. So you have all these questions, and then what those questions lead to are your hunt for possibilities. I need to get all these possibilities and think about them and maybe talk to some people or try some stuff out. I gotta figure some stuff out as an amateur, and it all starts with a questioning state. And today we're so quick to jumping to an answer that we don't sit with these questions. We're not willing to trip in different directions and find paths that might not have some expert with a machete hacking away at that path yet. Maybe it's got some brush that we have to clear away ourselves, but it could be a better path for us in our own situation, regardless of what the expert is saying we should do or where we should go. So I think the power of operating like you're an amateur is that you are forced to deal with all kinds of questions. Now, if we were constantly questioning the advice that sounds like a simple secret or an answer for us, those answers cease to become answers in our minds and start looking more like possibilities. So rather than view this information age like we have endless answers at our disposal, we should treat it like we have an endless source of possibility. Because when you have endless answers thrown your way, you tend to cling on the one that feels firmest among all the froth. You tend to cling to the one that feels like it's from the biggest, baddest guru, the precedent that proved to work in your line of work, in your company before, so you're looking backwards, or maybe just the thing that is the safest because the most people are doing it. And that ignores you. That ignores what you bring to the table and your ability to, again, realize your own full potential. So when the expert says you have to do this, view it like a possibility. You don't have to do it. The only thing you have to do is ask questions of it, is consider it a new possibility, and that's brilliant. And it's your job to sit with all the questions you have about all these possibilities, vet them, and decide for yourself what the right answer actually is. So in the age of experts, in the era of the guru, when it's never been easier to find and follow someone else's advice for you, maybe we should get better at thinking for ourselves. Maybe we should get back what we've lost now that we do have instant access to the world's information, which is the ability to not know the answer and go and find it ourselves. So, take a moment to ask yourself, what are experts actually good for anyway? What are we gonna do with all those answers?